Hi, everybody. This is Amanda Waddell. I'm here for another lesson on zero waste. This is the ecology of zero waste, and we are on part 5. Zero waste is our system, and I'm really excited to share this module with you guys. So we have been learning a lot about why it is so important to work towards zero waste. And I just want to re-emphasize, because we already learned this, that nature is our model when building zero waste systems. Because in nature, nothing is wasted, and all the nutrients and energy and everything is just cycled back and then reused over and over. So I use this picture of manatees. Manatees are one of my favorite animals. And I think it just shows you again that in nature, nothing is wasted. Nature is our model when we build zero waste systems. And also there's no away. So if we send garbage to a landfill, that landfill is by an ecosystem that has plants and animals or a neighborhood. And so we just want to reduce what goes there. So zero waste really is an aspirational goal to generate as little trash day to day that would need to be landfill. And so it really is a system that mimics nature, where nothing is wasted and all of the resources can be reused, recycled, or composted. And that really is the main thing that I really want you guys to know about zero waste. And how do we do this? We really do it through reduce, reuse, and recycle. You guys have learned that off and on growing up. And it really is how we work towards zero waste. But why do we work towards zero waste? Well, we want to create upstream change. So upstream is, when we talk about upstream, we're talking about resource extraction. So we already learned about all the resources used to make all of our stuff. Upstream is also the mining and manufacturing, processing, and transportation to get all of the stuff that we buy to the store. So we want to work towards minimizing the impact of the upstream resource extraction and production of all of the stuff that we use. Zero waste systems could also help mitigate climate change. We can also create a lot of jobs when we manage resources instead of managing waste and just putting them in the landfill. There's a lot of social and environmental justice issues that we can really tackle with zero waste systems, and it really is the right thing to do to work towards zero waste. So again, just talking quickly about upstream versus downstream, because I think this is something that you guys can really get a grasp of. So downstream really begins when you purchase something. So everything that a manufacturer needed to make that product before you purchase it is upstream. So the clearing of the land, if resources have to be mined or drilled, the manufacturing and all the driving to get that product to the store so then you can buy it. When you buy it, when I buy something, that begins downstream. So when I purchase something, when I use it and then dispose of it, that's downstream. So zero waste really wants to change the relationship with upstream and downstream. We want upstream, we want clean production. We want to use less natural resources, instead use feedstock from all the products and packaging with the upstream manufacturing. We want product redesigned upstream. And then downstream, we want robust reuse systems. So meaning the products stay in use a lot longer. Composting, which you guys are very familiar with, recycling, and resource recovery parks. And those resource recovery parks will grab all of those products and packaging, all of the resources to get them back into production upstream to make new stuff. So zero waste really is about people. So what I do day to day is I try to help create culture change where people value resources. They understand where all their stuff comes from, and they want to keep those resources in use. They also know that nothing in nature is wasted. So I think that when we have this broad awareness of where our stuff comes from, why resources are so valuable, we can really make a big difference in the culture change, and we can all then collectively work towards zero waste. Consumption is a big part of zero waste. We emphasize consuming less, so maybe not have everything. Definitely, we need to have everything that we need to survive, but maybe we don't need all of the extras. And we definitely need community buy-in with zero waste systems. So we need the schools like you guys working towards zero waste. We need everyday citizens, business owners, and elected officials all to understand what you understand now, what zero waste is, and why it's so important to work towards zero waste. So zero waste really is for everybody. You can work towards zero waste in your home, at businesses, at the farmers market, in schools like you guys are, as an individual, and then community-wide, which we are working towards zero waste as a community in Gainesville and Alachua County. So then how do we achieve zero waste? Remember, it's that reduce, reuse, recycle. So anything that's not reusable, recyclable, or compostable, we need to reduce that. We reduce that by product redesign. So that might not be something you can do day to day, but if you find something in your everyday life that you cannot reuse, you can't recycle, or you can't compost it, meaning it's not food or, yard debris or paper product, those things are compostable, then we should ask the manufacturer to redesign that product or that packaging to fit into a zero waste system. So that's where we have our power as citizens and as consumers. So reuse is a big part of zero waste. So we want to buy things that are reusable and durable and last a really long time. And we also want to buy used. So if you ever have a chance to go to a thrift store or the Repurpose Project, we really do want you to buy used. That's a big part of the zero waste system. And it really helps out the earth. It uses less resources, and it's a really big deal. And then with recycling and composting, that's how we keep the resources in the system as well. So recycle what is recyclable, compost what you can, like food scraps and plant material. And this is how we create zero waste systems. This is how we create closed loop systems. So we've talked about this before, that for the most part, we're on a linear system of resource use, meaning we extract resources, we make products. That's the upstream that we talked about. Once the products get to the store and we buy them, that's downstream, and then we dispose of them. So what we really want is this system, a circular system of resource use among us humans. So basically, if we need to extract resources to make stuff, we want manufacturing that's clean, uses clean energy. And then once we get the products or packaging, we want them to stay in the system through resource recovery parks, through reuse, through buying used, so that less raw natural resources are extracted. And instead, we use the products and packaging already in use to make new products and packaging. Remember the consumption factor? Well, we just want to buy less. If you don't need it, maybe you don't need it. If there are some clothes or products that seem more durable and will last a longer time, maybe buy those instead. We keep stuff for a long time also by fixing them, repairing them, mending clothes. So those are all really important aspects in zero waste. So this is just another diagram to help show a circular economy, which is really, zero waste is key to achieving a circular economy. And that all has to do with keeping the resources in use from our products and packaging and our food, like our food scraps. So by composting your food scraps, you help create a circular economy. So that is the end of the presentation, but the goal of this lesson is, and we're on lesson 5, is to gain an understanding that zero waste is about managing resources. And one way to begin on working towards zero waste is to focus on reduce. So if you know something in your life that isn't reusable, it's not recyclable, and it's not compostable, think if you can live without it, or if there is a product that you could get instead that would fit into the zero waste system. So our next lesson is on reuse, and I look forward to talking to you guys about that next week. Thank you.